Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Just let me update you before I really get started in the kitchen. I love to cook. So since it's been a long time, I have had two surgeries since the last time I cooked in my kitchen. But this is actually not my kitchen, it's my son's, and I'm visiting him. I no longer live in Dallas, but I'm on vacation. I'm a teacher and all that, and I'm on vacation, and I am enjoying, my summer with my son, and I'm gonna do a little bit traveling before I go back. But anyway, I had surgery on my legs and my foot. So, both of my feet I had surgery on, and both of my legs. What happened is one day I noticed that I was having problems in my legs walking, and they would cramp up on me. They would cramp, and I was like, I couldn't walk. I was in so much pain, especially in my calf area. I was just in so much pain, and uh, to a point, it got to where I couldn't even take steps to my door or walk outside to my car and get in my car. It was just so much pain that I was in. And I said, let me check this out, because I knew something wasn't right, you know. And when I went to the ER, it hurted so bad one night that I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the ER, and I was just almost in tears. So I went to the ER, and they diagnosed me with neuropathy. And I said, well, what is that? They say it's a nerve condition that you have, and you're not getting the blood flow that you need in your legs and in your feet. You're not getting the proper blood flow. And it scared me. So they said, are you a diabetic? And I said, yes. And they said, well, most diabetics have this problem. And so that didn't sit well with me. So they prescribed me some gabapentin to take for, neuropathy. And it was like 300 milligrams. So I went home and I continued to take that, but it began to get worse. So I had to go back, and I'm speeding it up a little bit, but I had to go back 3 times. And they kept saying neuropathy, neuropathy, neuropathy. And I'm like, oh my God, but the pain is getting worse and I barely can walk. It got to a point, guys, that I had to get me a cane. It got to the point where I didn't even want to go out and do anything, but I know I had to work. And it was so bad at work that one of my co-workers, she had a walker, and she brought it to work. And she said, here, walk on this, use this walker. And I appreciate her. And so I began to use her walker and use a cane. And I'm like, Lord, I know this not me. I know something is going on. So when I moved out of town, I went back to the ER. And when I went back to the ER, they looked at my previous history up here, because I told them where I was from, and they sent off the request for my medical records. I gave them permission, and they just did a deeper, in-depth, these gnats are so bad, but they did a deeper, I guess, whatever you want to call it, but they did something new. And they said, well, we're going to send you to a specialist. And since you continue to go to ER with the same problem. We're going to send you to a specialist. I say, okay, fine. So when they sent me to the specialist, they did a sonogram in my foot, where in both of my feet and my legs. When they did that sonogram, they found out that I had blockages in both of my legs. So that was causing the pain in my feet and in my legs. And it was stopping me from walking because I had started walking with a limp. Now, if you go back and look at my videos when I did the graduation for my kids, you know, graduating, I limped. I had a limp. Now I don't have that limp. So I praise God that I don't have the limp anymore. I have started back exercising, walking every day. Yesterday was my second day of walking without a limp. Yay! Without pain, yes. But I do have a little pain, and I know it's because the old muscles have been sitting and I haven't been using my muscles like I should, because I have been in so much pain that I wasn't able to walk for. So getting those muscles warm back up and saying, hey, you got to warm back up, get into the activities that you used to do with walking and exercising and getting back. Soon I'll be getting back in the gym. I'll be so excited when that happens. But I'm taking it slowly. But before I walk, I do try to take 2 Tylenols or something, because I know the pain is going to come up, you know, after I know I'm going to be in a little bit of pain until it settles down, because the muscles is like, hey, I'm not used to this anymore. So I have to rub myself down in some kind of muscle rub, and then I do an ice bath and soak my feet. So it's just process that I have to go through for right now. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to walk every day a little bit further than I did the day before. So y'all continue to pray for me on that part. And that's why I haven't been on here to do what I needed to do. I love cooking. I love ministry. I love talking to you guys and just sharing my thoughts and my stories with you guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. But that was my update I had to do. So I hope y'all can see in the kitchen I am cooking cabbage today. But I want to do stir-fried cabbage with some sausage. So I hope y'all can see this right here. I have chopped it up, and you know, cabbage don't be as green as they used to be. It's amazing how things are changing in our food. But I have a little sausage here, and so I have chopped and washed everything, and I have some over here ready to cook. We're gonna cook those in a few minutes. And I don't measure my oil, so I do it with olive oil just to, you know, just to fill the rim of the pan. You don't have to put much, but if you feel like you need some more when you stir frying it, you go right ahead and just put as much as you want to. But I don't like it greasy, but I do like it fully cooked. Now, some people don't like their cabbage fully cooked when it's fried, but I do. I can't eat it crunchy. That's just my preference. And I know when some of them say you overcook it, you take all the nutrients and the substance out. But you know what? I cannot eat it crunchy. I'm sorry. But I remember growing up, and I'm gonna turn on the stove so we can talk and I can stir fry and you can see. But I remember growing up as a kid in the 70s, you know, everybody used to, you know, they used to boil the cabbage. And I'm like, man, I used to hate cabbage growing up, because every time when it was dinner time, It was a big old pot full of water. And I would just hate that even on my grandmother's house, my auntie house, everybody that I knew back in the 70s used to boil their cabbage. I guess that was the way that they grew up, the only way that they knew how to do it at that time. I don't know. Maybe that's the way that they like to do it and like to eat their cabbage. But when I got married, I did the same thing. And I was learning really how to cook because I was the type, my mother tried to put me in the kitchen and I was like, oh, I'm 15 years old, I'm 16, I don't have time for this. I got to go out and do my thing. You know, I wanted to be a normal, regular teenager at that time, you know, doing my own thing. I didn't have time for the kitchen. My mom said, well, what about if you get married? I told my mother, I'm not gonna never get married, and that's the first thing I did is get married. So when I got married, I didn't know how to cook, you know, and it was so embarrassing because I could not cook for myself, my family, my husband, you know. It was just so embarrassing. And I'm like, you know, I should have stayed in the kitchen and I should have learned and listened to my mom. So as I got older, I began to, you know, learn, look up stuff and ask questions. So it's frying now. I don't know if y'all can hear the frying, but I'm just stirring it, you know, in the oil. And just stirring it around, making sure. And I did use some seasonings I had put in here, and I did chop up some onions and bell peppers. Now, I know most of you guys can fix it the way you want to fix it, but I love the onions and the bell peppers in here. And I'm going to fix some fried greens for you guys one day. And I do a little extra things when I do my fried greens. And I love fried collard greens. So that's gonna be my next video. But if you haven't looked at my cooking videos, I encourage you to go back and look at my cooking videos, and you're free to, you know, get the recipes and everything. Yeah. So, I will put it down below if I can find a description box. If not, I'm new to this, you know, this video on YouTube and stuff. I don't know, I might have to have so many likes to get a description box. But anyway, that's why I share what I'm doing on here. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click that button and subscribe. Make sure you share. And I don't know if y'all can hear the sizzling. But right now, because I didn't want to put it too far over here due to the counter space being lengthy. It's not lengthy, it's short. So I wouldn't have enough room, and I'll be so close up to it where y'all couldn't see what was going on. So I put it a little bit further away so y'all can see what's going on. And I will bring it up closer when I finish. So yeah, I learned how to cook, you know, looking up things and going back and asking Mom when she was living, you know. I would ask my mom, and sometimes she would give me that eye that looked like, I know you was coming back. Yeah, you should have listened back then, but she'll look at me sometimes and give me that look. Then sometimes she would just go on and tell me. And then there was times that she would just laugh. And she was like, okay, come on here. come on here, just watch me. And I would sit there and watch her, you know, and I would still ask questions. And pretty soon I got good at it. You know, practice makes perfect when you continue to get in the kitchen and do your research. That's with anything, you know. The more that you do it, the better that you will become at it, doing, you know, your cooking or your reading or driving or whatever it is, you know. And so, yeah. And I don't know if y'all know, back a couple of years ago, well, it's been more than a couple of years. It's probably been about 8 years now. About 7 years. I used to be a vegan. And so, you know, you read so many bad things about that, then you hear so much, and people persuade you about, you know, you need some protein, but I had the beans for my protein, I had peanut butter for my protein, you know, and I felt a lot better, and I'm really trying to get back to that. I'm trying to get back to, you know, being a vegan, just taking meat out of my life again and letting it stay out, because I didn't have the problems that I have now when I was eating clean. Now that's what you're talking about, clean eating. You know, this is not clean because I have sausage in it. But if I just had the cabbage and just, you know, that would be clean eating, you know. So anyway, I'm gradually trying to get back to the clean eating. I was listening to TLC of a singer, and she was talking about clean eating, how she had over the years, you know, because she looked so young, and they asked her, one lady that was interviewing her, she said, your skin, you look young, what is the secret? She said, it's no secret. The secret is, if you want to say a secret, is eating clean. I eat clean. And when she say clean, she watch what she eats, she makes sure she eat the right things, and she said she had eliminated sugar. She said sugar was the devil. And I truly believe that, Lord, sugar is in everything, just like salt. And you really got to read the labels on everything. And they have so many processed foods now. I don't know what's going on with this food lately. Even the foods that we eat, like cabbage and greens and stuff. Like I said, when I started off this video, even the cabbage don't look like cabbage anymore. They're so big. Are they shooting up the cabbage? Y'all talk to me. Are they shooting up the food and putting something in the food? I know they doing it in the chickens and stuff like that. But you can get a big old cabbage. Big, I mean, even the watermelons, boy, they just, everything just blowing up. And that's why so many sickness and diseases out here, because they have contaminated our food, y'all. The government have contaminated our food, and that's why we stay hungry. That's why we blowing up and gaining all this weight. So I think the best thing that we can do, and that's why I'm on a hunt to get me a trailer home or a larger home, so I can grow my own food. I can grow my own food. Now, I know some people have a garden in the back of their yard, but I'm a little cautious about the grass and the soil that's underneath there. And I see people doing a box. They'll build a box and put it in there because they the same way, you know. So You have to be wise as a serpent and humble as a dove. That's what the Bible tells us. So we got to be wise on how we pick and choose what we're going to put in our mouth and eat these days. And never seen so many people. Now this is a tip right here. Everybody that I know these days have diabetes. Diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease, you know. And everybody that I knew just about, if they don't have those three things, high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, they have cancer. Now sit there right there. And I truly believe it's behind our food. It's behind the food. So we just really got to watch everything. Watch everything. We sure do. Especially us that are seniors like me. Seniors and babies. The people who are seniors like me, we really have to watch what we put in our mouth, you know, and take care of ourselves, because we want to live as long as we can, but we know that we coming to the end of life, but we want to come out, go out like soldiers with a good report, a bill of clean health. Yeah. So, anyway, I hope y'all really enjoying this. It's almost finished. I'm about to wrap up. So this other part of the that I have over here, I'm gonna finish that. But I just want to come on here and show you guys, especially you young women, say that y'all can't cook like I did. Back in the days, I couldn't cook, didn't want to learn how to cook, and now I'm trying to show you guys, young ladies that have children, and stop eating all that processed food and taking them to McDonald's and Burger King and ordering all this stuff. Get in here and cook. It's much healthier instead of feeding your kids that processed food. I see a lot of that going on in grocery shopping. I see a lot of young ladies don't know how to grocery shop, because when they shop, y'all, they normally do processed food for their kids, pop something in the microwave. Okay, chicken nuggets. I see a lot of processed food. The kids can go in there and pop some in the oven and they eat. That's how they feeding their kids now. Oh, go on in there, JoJo. Go on in there and get you something and put it in the microwave, pieces and all that stuff. All that processed food. That's what kids are growing up on, most of them. You know, all that processed food. And the mother's not cooking because they on the phone or doing their thing. And when the kids get hungry, they'll go in the refrigerator and pop some, get some, whatever they want. And they'll put it in the microwave. Even when they go shopping, JoJo get what he want. Tay-Tay will get what she want. Camilla will get what he want. And it just go on and on and on. They all got their little say in it. And it all be processed food because they don't know that's what they growing up on. So I'm going to encourage you young ladies to get in here and start cooking for these kids. Because you're killing them. You're making them sick with their processed food. But this is how it is. So, yeah. Let me get up a little bit closer. And see, it's still eatable. So, that is it. I'm gonna cut off the fire for right now because I keep talking and talking. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I did use this right here to put in my cabbage. So anyway, that's the end of that. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, wait just a minute. I cooked some navy beans yesterday, and I'm gonna warm up these navy beans, and I did put sausage in it. They are so good, and I added some baked beans to them to give them a little more texture and flavor. So it has been sitting in there overnight. So I will have the navy beans, the cabbage, and that's my meal. And I do have a wait a minute. I do have a sweet potato that I mashed up yesterday. See, I don't waste anything. That's my sweet potato that I had yesterday. I am gonna warm that up as well and just make me a little plate. And I have a cornbread over here from yesterday. I might have to make a fresh batch of cornbread. And I don't know, I think I haven't made any scratch homemade cornbread, but I will come back on and I'm gonna look at the videos, but I don't think so. I know I did the biscuits, but I think I'm gonna show you guys how to make scratch cornbread. So I did learn that from my mother. I had sense enough to sit down and learn that from my mom. You know, when I was a kid, about 15 or 16 years old, I learned how to make scratch cornbread. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.